CNBC-TV18 presents Crypto Corner, powered by Coin DCX.
On Crypto Corner, we are joined by Mr. Edul Patel. He's CEO at Mudrex. Edul, hi, thank you so much for joining in. And when we talk about India, well, it is about spot buying that we have seen do quite well in sense of adoption there. But what is it that you're also looking at in sense of leveraged or derivatives buying, tokenization? ETFs is still absent from the markets here. How would you look at India then leading into this in sense of a mature way by 2026?
Hi, Manisha. Thank you for having me here again. So I think the way we are looking at the market right now, spot buying, of course, continues to be a part of most traders' daily ammo. But what we are seeing is derivatives volume are picking up. Derivatives volumes are picking up across the board, across all crypto platforms as we speak. Mostly it's futures trading right now, as the available platforms to do options trading are very few, and the options trading books in crypto are still very illiquid even globally. But futures trading, especially perpetual contracts trading, seems to be picking up. I am absolutely not surprised, considering India as a market that has such a large love for F&O trading in the equities part as well, is seeing a good kind of sort of product fit to the market with futures in crypto. So we're seeing derivatives fly off. From an India perspective in tokenization, I think there is still going to take a lot of time. Globally, we are seeing a bunch of things happen. First, what we are seeing is that the stabler assets are getting tokenized. We've got tokenized currencies in the format of stable coins. We've got tokenized gold in the format of XAUT and PAXG and these kind of tokens that are now live and actively being traded. We are seeing more and more and more assets that are on the lower risk, or rather fixed quality, being tokenized first. As we go from there towards the next spectrum, I think we're just going to cover a spectrum of risk, starting off with bonds. US bond tokenization is gaining a lot of momentum, and then that will likely be followed by equities and hopefully real estate at some point. In India, the intent is definitely there. We are seeing the Chief Minister of Maharashtra talk openly about tokenization, wanting to tokenize 50 trillion rupee worth of land inside of Maharashtra. So the intent is there, but it'll still take a lot of effort to get there.
Well, tokenization could be the next buzzword, but Edul, would you say there's some maturity, and a lot of it, by the way, when it comes to this year, because we've seen people not talk about or trade in meme coins as much as they did in ETFs and better, more credible cryptos?
No, absolutely, Manisha. And that's a consequence of the market maturing, right? Like, and two large kind of sort of tailwinds on that front. One end, we've got the ETFs that have now seen just massive institutional participation and institutional adoption. That just means that the kind of people that are talking about crypto are very different now. And then, of course, there is the broader US-wide regulatory clarity around crypto, starting with a bunch of smaller things, then leading to the Genius Act, and now hopefully by the end of the year we see the Clarity Bill, which is supposed to give more clarity around the market structure of crypto, also come out. So it's a consequence of the sector maturing. As the sector matures, conversations are moving towards more longer term investing, more serious utilization and utility of crypto as a financial services product rather than just meme coin trading.
Oh, yes. Going forward then, in 2026, what is it that you're going to be looking at? Because as you mentioned, we're looking at more maturity into the market. It still is far away from being a mainstream asset class, but would you say it's getting there? And 2026, what would you say would define that year?
So I think 2026 is all about actually implementing the technology in financial services all in, as regulatory clarity grows. And stable coins, now that stablecoins are out there in the world, they make money movement globally extremely cheap, very stable, very consistent across the world. That opens up the spectrum of financial services that can be offered using crypto. Stablecoins are effectively custody, so you can think of a complete new age of neobanks built with stablecoins at the core, offering a lot of financial services around it, being launched. Then, of course, we've got this tokenization wave that will continue. I completely see that by end of 26, we will have tokenized stocks, at least out there in the US. I don't see any reason why Europe won't follow that lead. And then we've got this general sense and general direction of investing in crypto also maturing from investing in single stock ETFs to now index ETFs of baskets of crypto tokens coming out. So these are the three trends that I think will definitely follow. It's just financial services adoption of crypto, broader investing in these in the index-based products, as well as the general tokenization and RWA, real-world asset tokenization path being accepted more broadly.
And especially when we talk about India, how would you look at the developers as a community also maturing? And the other part clearly is about the kind of funding that we've seen or investment within this ecosystem.
Correct. So there is no doubt that India is the largest crypto developer community out there by far. Close to 15 to 18% of all devs across all different projects world over are based in India. If you just remove, if you on top of that add folks that do marketing, folks that do support, folks that do community management for crypto projects, then that number goes to as high as 25%. Later on next year, later on next month, we're going to have something called as IBW, India Blockchain Week, which is the largest gathering of crypto developers anywhere. We hold the largest hackathon in crypto. So there is clearly at the core a lot of adoption for crypto that's happening. Now it's just more regulatory acceptance and regulatory clarity that's stopping this asset class from exploding in the country as well.
Okay. Point taken. Edul, thank you so much for joining in as always and making sense of what's really happening in crypto markets and what, of course, has to be seen in light in 2026 as well.
CNBC-TV18 presents Crypto Corner, powered by CoinDCX.